Gonzalo Garcia burst into the spotlight in a way that makes clubs around Spain sit up and take notes. At just 21 years old, the young forward turned heads at the Club World Cup, converting key chances and showing the composure of a veteran. But football's momentum is ruthless. And suddenly, that same momentum has pushed him to the edge of a defining decision. Over the last weeks, the narrative has shifted from bright promise to growing frustration, because minutes at Santiago Bernabeu have become painfully scarce. Appearances reduced to scraps of time in league fixtures and a single cameo on the European stage, leaving a player whose confidence was sky high after international competition, wondering where his next competitive start will come from. That context is exactly why Getafe, under the pragmatic hand of Bordalas, have moved decisively. The Azulones have reportedly lodged a structured proposal. An initial loan designed to give Gonzalo immediate playing time, coupled with a mandatory purchase next summer that would secure 50% of his rights for a fee in the €5 to €8 million range. It is the kind of deal that solves two problems at once. Getafe bolt down attacking reinforcements, and Madrid can offload a short-term risk while retaining leverage through a buyback clause they insist upon. For a club like Real Madrid, that buyback is not just a contractual line, it is philosophy. When a homegrown talent shows flashes of top-level quality, the club prefers to keep a clear path to re-sign him if he blossoms elsewhere. Selling totality of his rights would be antithetical to a long-term model that prizes reclamation of young stars who go on to prove themselves in smaller teams. From the player's perspective, the calculus is painfully straightforward. Minutes equal development. A season under Bordalas offers brain time, tactical discipline, and the kind of exposure that turns potential into proven output. For a forward who already showed he can find the net on a big stage, that chance to play week in, week out could be transformative. Or it could expose faults he needs to mend under pressure. For Getafe, the gamble is equally clear. Investing in half of a promising striker's economic rights hedges the club's risk while offering the upside of an explosively talented player who knows how to score on big nights. Bordalas' teams have historically thrived on organisation and bite. Adding a young player with a nose for goal could tilt close matches in their favour and deliver immediate league value. But every structural detail of the offer matters. The loan-to-obligation model delays full payment until next summer, making present season finances friendlier for Getafe and giving Madrid breathing space to monitor development. The mandatory purchase ensures Getafe cannot simply walk away if early signs are positive. The 50% share leaves Real with a stake, and crucially, the path to reclaim the player via buyback. So what is at stake for Madrid? Short term, they preserve a player who might otherwise plateau on their bench. Long term, they retain the ability to reintegrate or profit if Garcia evolves into the forward his Club World Cup form suggested. It is a balancing act between protecting an asset and accelerating someone's growth through practical competitive minutes. Florentino Perez and the sporting directors must weigh those outcomes. A yes means trusting the structure and the player's temperament to flourish away from Chamartin. A no means keeping him in-house, betting the coaching setup can find minutes and confidence internally. A choice that has repeatedly defined whether Real's academy graduates explode into stardom or quietly drift into the transfer market. The ripple extends beyond one player. A move like this sends a message to other academy prospects. There is a pragmatic route to first-team certainty via smart temporary moves, but also a warning that development is finite without minutes. For Getafe, success would justify the gamble and potentially shift recruitment strategies across La Liga. For Garcia, it could mean a rapid transition from promising cameo performer to consistent La Liga goalscorer. Whatever unfolds, the next chapters will be written quickly. Formal offers are on the table. Clauses will be negotiated and the final sign-off will land on Florentino's desk. Fans, pundits and the player himself will watch closely because this isn't merely a transfer whisper. It's a crossroads that might define a young striker's career and indirectly influence how Madrid manages the next wave of homegrown talent.